Welcome back to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajit. That's Big Boy Bravs with us. We got Thanos again. And we're here with a little quick video about a new acquisition that the Raptors made. It's not something too big, not something that we got to look too deep into, but it is definitely an addition to our roster. He has been playing for our Raptors 905 squad, and he goes by the name of Henry Ellenson. He was the 18th pick in the 2016 draft, and a day after they got eliminated from the G League bubble to the Lake Delaware team.
Yeah, it was Delaware. The Delaware Blue Coats or something.
And they lost 127 to 100. The Raptors bring him up to the main roster on a 10-day contract, and I think they're going to give him a shot. I don't think he's a player that's going to take away from Boucher, but he can definitely play that small power forward, big power forward, small center position. He's 6'11", 245 pounds. And if Aaron Baines can't do it on some nights, you got Ellenson with the quick stroke from the three. I'm going to throw it to you, Anujan. You can talk about his stats.
Yeah, I don't really know much about this guy. I just saw his stats just now. But, from what I saw, he could spread the floor and he could rebound and dominate in the paint. He's pretty – I feel like he's pretty solid, but they need to give him minutes. If they sign him for 10 days, they got to let him – they got to make sure those 10 days are worth it for him, right? They can't just have him sit on the bench.
Yeah,
like the other guy. What's the other guy's name that we were disappointed with that we didn't see?
Oh, Hall?
Yeah, I want to see him play. What the hell?
I want to see people that we signed for 10 days or whatever. Just let them play for a bit and see what they could do.
For sure. I agree.
But when it comes to those type of things, I think we talked about this previously.
It's tough. It's tough for the matchups, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and just throwing them in there like that without even knowing and not – you don't want to mess up the continuity of the team that's already there, right?
Yeah, but just certain times when we don't have anything else to work with, just throw them in and see what they could do, you know?
When certain players are doing bad on the roster.
Yeah, of course.
He's coming off a serious G bubble mission.
Yeah.
17 games in 28 days, and they won 13 of them, which helped them get the number one seed. And then, unfortunately, they weren't able to go all the way to the finals and win another chip for the 905, but they were able to get to the semifinals. And like I said, they lost to Delaware, 127-100.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mutombo was a great, amazing coach for that roster this season.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people stepped up. A lot of people that were on the Raptors roster at the beginning of the season, ended up transferring over to the G League side, and they all performed. There were other guys like Alize Johnson, I think, or I forgot his name.
Yeah, Alize Johnson or Lee Johnson or something. Yeah.
Isn't Gary Payne's son, right?
Yeah, he's there. And even in yesterday's game, Ellenson didn't have his best game yesterday. He had 13.7 rebounds. But all in all, though, if you look at his stats, I know, Anujan, you have the stats up already.
Yeah.
Why don't you give the stats for what he averaged?
He averaged 21 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.5 steals, and 0.5 blocks.
Having that presence on our side will definitely be an upgrade, right? Anything at this point will be an upgrade. No offense to Aaron Baines, but last few games, ever since we started this podcast, he's been developing. He's been getting better and better. But I just feel like his time has expired. You know what I mean? So now it's time to upgrade. We need we're at the point now where we got to decide: are we gonna go to the NBA draft or are we gonna exceed to the playoffs? Right? Obviously, as a Raptor fan, we want to get to the playoffs. So hopefully this guy makes an impact. Obviously, he won't make a big splash, but helps us survive.
But as the 18th pick in the 2016 NBA draft, he was a potential player that the Raptors could have picked up, but they went with Pirtle instead that year. And
he went to Detroit, right?
Yeah, I think he was shooting 49% from the field.
49% from the field and 42% from the three.
Yeah, that's solid.
He's pretty much averaging almost 4 threes a game.
Yeah,
in the G League.
And since 2016, he's kind of been a journeyman trying to find his place in the NBA.
Yeah,
but he is that type of typical center power forward that the Raptors or even most teams in the league look for, where he can shoot the three, stretch the floor, but also I don't know if he plays. I wouldn't say he's one of the better defenders out there, but against smaller matchups like tomorrow when we go up against Atlanta, John Collins is going to play most of the 5, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Even Capella, it'll be a mismatch because he'll be able to spread the floor, and Capella's not that type of player that comes out and defends a perimeter like that.
I feel like the one thing we'll notice the most from tomorrow's game, if he does play, is the 3-point shooting. Like
Yeah.
that's something you'll notice off the bat, right?
Well, we don't
And the
know if
rebounding a little bit.
we don't know if he's gonna play tomorrow, but hopefully he gets some.
Yeah, and like if he does, I hope he does though.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
hope
like,
he does, yo.
yeah,
And he is a player that comes from the same program as a Dwayne Wade, Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler,
Butler.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder, Wes Matthews, like in Marquette, basically, like those type of players coming out of there, you have a little bit of hope for a guy like that. Unfortunately, he got drafted by Detroit, and they're not really known for their player development.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
falling in the Raptors' hands, it kind of gives him a confidence now, and he's playing at an all-time high level. Even if it is a G League, sometimes it transitions over because you look at players like Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, Norman Powell, who went through the
OG.
system, OG Anunoby, but those three main guys that played in the G League for a championship down there, and look at the players they've become now. So
Yeah.
you have that hope for a player that was not a high lottery pick, but still definitely up there in the range around like the OG draft picks and like the Pascal Siakam, a late first round.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. No, I agree.
Even in college, I believe he averaged like 19 points and almost 10 rebounds, almost a 20
I
and
think
10.
it was similar stats. I think.
Yeah. And, right now what we need is our bench isn't giving us jack squat. So like we need some three-point shooting off the bench. And
yeah, and we need some defense, yo. So hopefully this guy brings that.
I don't
know about the defense. I don't know about the defense yet.
But at this point, anything's better than Aaron Baines, though. So let's see.
But he could be that same similar thing, when we were talking about DeMarcus Cousins, where we can use a guy in offense and then defense.
Yeah, because DeMarcus isn't really that good at defense, right?
Yeah. So
Not
basically,
really.
like with him, Henry Ellenson, like you have the offensive side with him, and then you got Baines for bigger bodies on certain days. And he's not even that old. He's 24 years old, born January 13, 1997. So he's got that timeline where he still has time to develop with us. Even if it's not this year, they can extend it to another 10-day contract. But yeah, Braz, you give me your thoughts. Like, what do you feel? Like, do you feel like this is a positive signing on your end?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a positive signing. I think at this point, like I said numerous times, like we have the missing piece of getting the rebounds, right? Getting rebounds and like that big man that can not disrupt people, but like just like be a presence, right? So what? He's 6'11". He is 240 pounds. So I think he may bring that presence that we missed, but also like you guys said, that 3-point lethal weapon, right? So I see a few highlights of the 905 game where it was, I think in the quarterfinals, this guy, I was telling Anujan earlier, he did like a crazy fadeaway shot and hit the three.
He has quick release.
Yeah, quick release. So like, I'm excited to see him play. But again, anytime I say I'm excited to see someone, I don't see them playing. So hopefully I don't jinx this. And then let's see.
So what you're saying is you hope he doesn't play so that it works.
Yeah, reverse psychology. There you go. Boom.
But I do want to say, like, I don't think the Raptors would make the signing if they were planning on keeping him on the bench, especially when he's riding his confidence at an all-time high.
100%.
And we do need big bodies as well. But Anuja, I'm going to throw it back to you. A big man shooting 40% is more valuable than you know in this league right now.
Yeah, 100%.
And he doesn't, and he's not just like a normal, just develop his 3-point shot. He's had that shot since college. And even though he's not as big of a body as a lot of these centers these days, when you go small ball, he could be an elite rebounder, especially because through college and even through the G League in 15 games this season, he's averaged 8 rebounds. And then in college, obviously, he averaged about 10 rebounds. So
yeah, you could do both. I have a question to all you guys. Like, if due to the signing, do you guys still think that we get a chance to sign, like, I don't know, DeMarcus Cousins, or do you think they're just going to go the other way?
To be honest, right now, the way Brooklyn's going with all these signings, they might get DeMarcus and Andre Drummond, or the Lakers might.
No,
Why don't they just sign the whole? They should just sign the whole league, bro. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. How is that? Bro? I feel like Silver should do something about this because the Chris Paul trade, bro. The Chris Paul trade to Lakers, bro. Like, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same commissioner, but I'm just saying, like, at some point it's ridiculous, bro. Like,
I don't even want to talk about that right now because I want to keep that for another video when these NBA
trades. No, but I agree with the Nugent though. I agree. Like, step up, Adam Silver, man. Fuck, step up. Sorry, swear.
NBA trade deadline though, I want to talk about that. Keep that for later because we can talk about that for a half hour or even longer if you really want to go on a rant about that. But I do want to stick to this guy. He is young and he seems like he has potential. He's been a journeyman. I didn't explain where he went and how many teams he's been on, but since being drafted as the 18th pick in 2016,
Mhm.
He's been on the Detroit Pistons. Obviously, that's the team who drafted him. Then he went to the New York Knicks, and then he went to the Brooklyn Nets, and then the Raptors picked him up through the G League. So, in 5 years, he's been on 4 teams.
But those 3 teams are shit though. So like, let's hopefully this Raptor squad picks him up and he develops.
I honestly feel like it's not a bad move, like because of the fact that he's young. He fits a young core with us.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm just hoping he plays tomorrow. Like, because like what you said, John Collins would be a sick matchup. Like, I mean, not like a great matchup, but like I feel like what you said, like it'd be difficult for Clint Capella to guard Henry Ellison off the 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Boucher needs to play more at the 4 than the 5. This helps him go naturally to the 4 as a backup for Pascal Siakam, and then you bring Henry Ellison as a backup for Baines. I think that's how it should work.
Yeah.
And you can split minutes between Henry Ellison and Dante Hall, see what they bring to the table.
Imagine Boucher at the 4, this guy at the 5, and then like we add like it'll be a big team. So like, it'll be nasty. So let's see. I'm looking forward to that.
They're both long players. They're both 6'10", 6'11". And even though he doesn't bring the defense as much as Boucher does, they both can stretch the floor at a high level. And the way that Boucher shoots the ball, certain times he might be streaky, but if they both have it going on the same night, who knows how it might go off the bench, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to come on here quick and just get your opinions on this signing. Any final thoughts about this?
I'm looking forward to it. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah, at this point, I just want anything at this point to like help us fix that missing element.
I just want to see a fresh face, like someone new, like we can see and see develop.
Mhm.
Like, even just fun to see.
Even through the G League games, like I haven't been watching consistently, but when I do come across those games, I see the way he's been playing, and he's playing with some high confidence right now. And I feel like the Raptors player development will get him to where he needs to be for him to be a valuable piece, like for the future.
Yeah,
and even
100%.
now, even in the short term, like with his development, I feel like he could be a valuable piece off the bench if they give him the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That's gonna wrap up this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section about this little quick signing, and make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, we'll figure this out tomorrow night when they go up against Atlanta. Henry Ellenson hopefully does get some minutes. Let's see him bomb some threes. Till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace.